50. I think our 50% fuel should be fine. Looks like we're live on all channels. Aircraft, that's where we're going. Islamabad to Kabul. So Pakistan to Afghanistan. Right. Gives you an idea how long it took. What was it, 4 or 5 flights, maybe 6 flights to get across India? Wasn't the most direct route, I know, but yeah, and I think 2 flights to get through. Maybe only 1 flight through Pakistan. I can't remember if I think I might have gone right here for India. I think I did. So yeah, 1 flight, and then the next flight we're out. Right, so it should all be fine there. Yes, it is. Let's go. Hey, Kisty's on. How you done? My biggest fan. Suppose I could announce it on the group. Here's Twitch. Let's mute that tab so it doesn't get all noisy on me. Yeah. Right.
Islamabad Tower at Denzel 76 at runway 10 left, ready for takeoff west departure. Denzel 76 cleared for takeoff runway 10 left departure to the west approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 10 left at Denzel 76.
I forget how good this game looks at times. Absolutely gorgeous. Although I'm going to load out the volume a wee bit so I can hear myself think. Looks like it's a good day. A bit windy, although it's going to be a bit of a tailwind. Why is that going to be a tail? That's not good. You're not supposed to take off with a tailwind. That's most definitely a tailwind. It's fine to fly with a tailwind, but take off with one, well, it doesn't look like it's going to be seriously strong. Yeah. 4-knot tailwind. And I'm not even taken off, like I'm not even heading out that way. So why has it got me taken off from here? That is just silly. Alright. Oh well. Hey, Staver! Oh. Prestige, right. So I'm attempting the big evil or whatever it's called in RimWorld. Oh, you're attempting the, yeah. The ancient menace or ancient evil or whatever it's called. Right, handbrake off. Yeah, we're at 50% fuel, so relatively short flight. I did forget to check my controls before taking off, but I'm sure everything will be fine. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. We got Christy to install Elite Dangerous the other day. But she needs to go through all the tutorials first. And I've reinstalled it, so I'll try and get back into it soon as well. I'm actually wondering what my graphics settings are at, because I know I lowered them for the VR. But I think that once you're not using VR, I think it goes back to whatever it's supposed to be, because it certainly doesn't look particularly low detail. Just had me wondering for a sec. It's... Uh-oh. Yeah, just froze for a second. Always a bit worrying. Bit of a standing water on the side of the runway there.
Adenzel 76, continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Okie dokie. That is a very big building down there, isn't it?
Islamabad Tower, Adenzel 76, continue for west departure.
Oh, yeah. I think Flint popped in for a bit. And I think he mentioned you had a... What's it, to an X-52 or something? That'll be very nice, I imagine. Because your old one must have been getting a bit worn out. What was the altitude that we took off from? What was that, set to 100? Yeah. Keeping on around here. Some reasonably interesting terrain in Pakistan. Most of the parts of India we were flying over were quite flat. Like the Himalayas are quite nice to be flying. Actually, I don't know if this is still the Himalayas. I imagine it would be. Yeah, X-52, still getting used to it. Yeah, muscle memory is going to be... that's what I really don't like about, like... for instance, I've got the Logitech 3D Extreme Pro. That's right, mouthful of a name that. And it's fine for games like this where it's not like there's either mouse controls in the game or there's keyboard stuff, and the stuff that makes sense to have on the joystick is there. But then when you come to games like, say, if I'm playing War Thunder in virtual reality, you don't really want to be using the keyboard in VR. So I actually end up finding that the Xbox 3, not 360, Xbox One controller is actually much better. It doesn't quite have the fine control that the joystick does, but you've got everything else is so much easier to remember. And when it, you know, if you've got a game with hints and it says press the Y button, you know exactly what button it's talking about. When you've got a joystick with, like, the numbers are on my joystick but they're barely readable, and my Logitech steering wheel is even worse. It didn't even have the numbers on there. You needed to get the manual out or open up the software to figure out what number was what. So, and it seemed that some games would even mix the numbers up as well. They would decide that this particular button wasn't number 1 after all, it was something else. So yeah, it's where the console controllers are far superior. They're like, you know, things are clearly marked and there's a standard. But if you so I need to do is actually work at getting my joystick set up properly for War Thunder and get the muscle memory in there, because once it is done, then it's definitely worth it. But for just picking up and playing something, the controller's so good. And for non-VR too. this guy? He's pretty close, isn't he? Right, let's get this. Autopilot. And where's the nav? Nav. No, nav. There it is. What altitude are we at now? Oh, we've just passed 3, so we can lean that right out.
Adenzel 76, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Yes, I am leaving your
Islamabad
airspace.
Tower, Adenzel 76 frequency change.
So yeah, should be a reasonably short
Islamabad
flight.
approach Adenzel 76 is type Cesna Skyhawk
we
5
got-
miles
yeah,
west of
less than
Oscar
100
Papa, India
minutes
Sierra
ETA.
3,400 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Adenzel 76, Islamabad approach.
Get that up to
Squawk 144
so let's get up to 8.
Squawk 144 Adenzel 76.
Adenzel 76 radar contact 6 miles east of Oscar
Flying
Papa,
fairly
Sierra
leisurely
Alpha,
up to that.
3,600 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Yes, good idea too.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
So we've got
Adenzel 76.
a friend in our friend group who plays
Adenzel 76 traffic is 9 o'clock.
plays Elite Dangerous, so hopefully we'll
Report them in sight.
get to play a bit with him as well. I don't know.
Adenzel 76 have the traffic.
I don't know how far he is into it. I don't know if he's a really old school player or what. Look at this. Don't see traffic often in this game. It's nice when you do. Yes. That's the funny thing, we don't even need to be on your particular realm to use your carrier, do we? It's quite, it's an interesting choice they made. Quite like it actually. Wonder if they'll ever change that. Almost seems like something that would have made a lot of sense if they'd separated out the carriers into, like, you know, different platforms and even different realms, for want of a better word. What do they call them? I don't know, do they even have a name for it when you've got your own sort of little separate universe? Because I know they're joined in, the economies are joined throughout, or the background simulation is the same. I guess that's why they needed the carriers to go across as well, because I'm guessing they might have an effect on the background simulation, seeing as they basically count as space stations. Nice. Stunning. What is the time? It's about 1:30 in game. That's almost 9:30 at night here. We're making our way around the world quite well. I can get my mouth to mouth the words properly. This has actually been a while since I've done one of these. YouTube was saying it was a week ago, but YouTube's idea of a week could be anything up to almost a fortnight. But, yeah, I know. Was it Brett's been on holiday, I believe. There's Caravan, so I don't know, and he's getting back. He's got to be getting back soonish, I think, if he's not already. So he still had videos that he's pre-recorded popping up. But yeah, no streams that I'm aware of. What are the wind? What is the wind doing? It is very calm at the moment. Bloody calm. I don't know if I should just... Yeah, no, I'll keep climbing. I don't know how high those mountains are over there. I think I'm high enough to pass them, but I don't want a rude surprise, so I'm going to keep climbing. Oh, I've got 4 people watching at the moment, apparently. All on Twitch. All on Twitch. Wow. Don't be shy. Say hi. It's nice to have people watching. I haven't been streaming a lot lately because my energy level's just been absolutely atrocious. Just made it much harder to get motivated. But I gotta keep on keeping on. It's good though. Yeah. This trip has been enlightening. Amazing to do this in real life, it really will. I've said that dozens of times before, but just you look out of these windows, and you look at this this facsimile of the world. You know, the detail is good, but it's not like it's, you know, real life would be more spectacular. Though, not too sure I want to be applying into Afghanistan in real life. Be a little bit sketchy. I do want to get to Dubai at some point. There's a run. It will have to be a run. Yeah. That could be quite cool. Be interesting to see what the detail is like flying over Iran, if it suffers from the same problem that Russia did. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they had trouble getting good data in those areas. Yes, so after that would be, I think, the United Arab Emirates. Yep, there's Dubai right there. Just looking at fsxmap.com. Really, really good. Actually, I wonder, there was an island that my dad used to work at. There we are. That's where we're going to stop at some point. Kish Island. Used to work at a casino there before Iran had its wee revolution. And then obviously the casino was no more. Well, it was a casino anyway. We can fly over there. That'd be pretty cool. And then from Kish Island to Dubai. We're just going to be going backwards slightly. That's alright. Or maybe, thinking about it, maybe we could do Dubai to Kish Island. Ooh, yeah, that would save us going backwards. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, yeah, trying to figure out how you get from A to B, but I don't just want to necessarily go the quickest route. I want to see interesting parts and places that have had some sort of effect, even if indirect, on my life. So yeah, I think Kish Island is a must. As I say, not everywhere I'm going has got particular significance to me. It's sometimes just interesting to check these places out. This FSX map is really, really handy. There's our altitude going. Oh, yeah. Good way to climb. Lots of lakes out here. I wonder. Oops. Oh, bloody controls in this game, I tell you. How often if these lakes and that are this full, or if they're a bit more dry than this, because I know flying up the west coast of Australia, every single river in the game was, you know, full to the brim of water, but most of the time they're absolutely bone dry in real life. Actually, it looks like, is that just a photo of water, or is that actually in-game water there? I don't think it is, because I don't think you ever get brown water in the game. See the line where the image was cut. So jump out. People love the shape of these hills though. That's the thing, waterised rivers in Australia need to be brown, not that sort of bluey water you get in the game.
The Dental 76 contact Lahore Center on 127.5.
Okie doke.
Going to 127.5 for Dental 76. Lahore Center or Dental 76, 7,000 feet.
The Dental 76 Lahore Center. Continue as planned. Altimeter 29.999.
Let's get it so I can see what's going on. Yep. Get a bit more up here. A bit less. It's a bit less. Yeah, about 50%, I think. Right. Let's back up. Feel the sleeves coming on. Yeah. There we go, actually muted my mic in time. Oh, I've got the NVIDIA filter on now as well. It should be filtering out any noises that aren't my voice, which is really, really cool. So any keyboard or even mouse clicks or door slams. So good. Have you, Airmod, have you seen that, have you seen the stuff with the NVIDIA filter, like for through Barnacles and stuff like that? What it can do? It's insane. Yeah. So up until I don't know if we've spoken about it before, but yeah, I didn't realise that it would work on 10 series graphics cards without a problem. I don't think it makes your sound any better. It gets rid of the nasty sounds in the background. But yeah, it should help. But yeah, I was testing it out over Discord and that with chip bags, old chip bags and stuff like that. And people can't even hear me coming into the room anymore because my door's normally pretty noisy. Yeah. Most of the time, I gave up on. I had people getting, well, not too many people, but people that were kind of a little bit audiophile-ish, giving me shit for background. Yeah, the noise gates for that. That's where it tries to. Shit, what does the noise gate do? That is where it shuts off when it's not hearing anything. Oh, why am I suddenly jumping up? So trying to, yeah, it's trying to do that last. That's, God, the autopilot in this is still so dodgy. Can't remember what I was saying now. Shut out background noise, certain decibel. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I had some people complaining about fan noise and all that. And yeah, it was a little bit annoying, but it was fairly constant. So I just decided it wasn't worth. And if I did filter it out, I could filter it out, but that also ended up making my voice sound like it was a little over-compressed. So I thought it ended up being better having some background fan noise, but having my voice sounding natural rather than it sounding a little bit robotic and fan noise. No, this was back in my old videos. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing about these videos, is even if I didn't have the filter, the noise of the Cesna pretty much drowns everything out. But, yeah, it just... Yeah, until this filter came out, most of the other filters weren't worth bothering with. And if I had, like, a proper studio setup, then, you know, you don't even need them. I mean, that's part of the idea of getting a proper, proper decent mic and a room with the padding around, and then you'd have your computer either really quietly set up or set up in a separate room so you weren't getting the noise from it. Yeah, my computer's quite good at being noisy, even with the new hardware in it. Yeah, it was a bit. His mic actually sounded worse than I remember it sounding on the stream, so I'm not too sure what happened there. Yeah, like the wall pads help with echo and stuff. Just everything combines. If you get everything together, it combines to a better experience, and then you end up not really needing to try and filter your... You don't have noise to filter out then. And also having a mic that doesn't pick up every little sound. But yeah, I'm so happy with the NVIDIA filter so far. Blending is great. It is actually. I do enjoy expanding my knowledge. I love these hills, mountains. Almost looks like an oil painting. Fucking beautiful. Pretty sure we're still flying over Pakistan at the moment. Where we'll be in Afghanistan fairly shortly. The river. There is a river down. There's rivers everywhere of these hills. River there. There's another river there. I don't know. There's a bit of some graphical glitchiness there. Yeah, I'm not sure what river that is. There's a big lake up there as well, coming off the Himalayas. At least what I'm assuming is the Himalayas. I don't know at what point they change from the Himalayas to something else. If they do, I should really. It's probably mostly satellite, but there's also aerial photography. There's drone stuff as well. Like if you go to, well, there's many cities that have got, what's it called? Photogrammetry, and that's, as to the best of my knowledge, photogrammetry is mostly done with drones. It might be done with aeroplanes. I'm pretty sure photogrammetry is not done with satellites, although if you had powerful enough satellites, it'd be a really quick way of doing it. Just wondering if my mixture is still good. Can't remember the last time I adjusted it, what my altitude was. I should check. A bit more power, a bit less power, so 45 it is, I think. To be happy at 45, yeah. Not happy at 40? No, 45 it is. I don't understand, again, why they have 5% increments on this. It should really be 1%, like, I'm pretty sure... Oh, they do it on the throttle too. Quite a lot of the other... Why am I at... Put my throttle to 100%, that's better. Yeah, quite a lot of the controls here are much finer. There's no way to, you know, holding down Control or Alt doesn't help either. Got 7 people watching. Don't be shy, say hi. Yeah, so I'm actually wondering. Zoom in, zoom out. I think we are still very much in Pakistan at the moment. I'm just going to get FSX map back up. It's Pakistan, and I'm at Islamabad. Flying out, so yeah, we'll be. You can see, just looking at map in Firefox at the moment. It will be almost, I think, just slightly past the halfway mark. We'll be crossing into Afghanistan. I don't know if we're going to be going over. I don't think we're going to be going over those. Just trying to look at what the hills are doing on the map. Nah, surely we are going over those. Yeah, no, hang on. I know how I can make it easier on myself. If I come down here, go to here, and then if I click on this, it gives me a pointer, I can move it across. No, we are not going to be... Ah, in fact, I think that is, because there, that looks like it matches what I saw on the map. It actually is showing a country border this time. Quite often it doesn't show country borders very well, but for whatever reason it is showing this border. I don't know whether that's been whether they've added country borders to this map or whether I haven't been reading it right in the past, which is probably more likely. I love the little SD card here. Get the SD card out, put some photos on it.
Additional 76 contact Sherrod approach on 127.35.
So yeah, zoom in a little bit more. No.
127.35 Prudential 76.
So that looks
Sherrod approach at Dental 76 8,000
almost.
feet.
Oops, if I can do it right, it'd be nice.
Additional 76 Sherrod approach. Continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.06.
Wow, there's like this narrow corridor here. See, that doesn't follow. This purple line kind of follows what looks like the border of the country. And so does this blue line here, but none of them follow it all the way. This blue line just buggers off over this way. And this one follows, and then it does weird things down here. So yeah, it's zones that are kind of part of the border, but not actually representing the border. They just happen to follow the border line. How bizarre. So yeah, once we get over, this will be crossing to Afghanistan from Pakistan. Even though that's not really like it's the border, but it's not the border. Not confusing at all. Nice look like rice paddies down there. Terraced farmland anyway. Makes sense that it was rice. Wow, look at these buildings down here. That's the thing I've really noticed, the difference between flying across New Zealand and Australia is like go for so long without, once you're out of the populated areas, you can fly for hours without seeing another building. In this part of the world, there's buildings everywhere, even out in the remote areas. So let's start ETA now. 61 minutes. And it's really clouding over now, isn't it? So that's sort of snuck up on us. Yeah. We'll be flying into some changeable weather here. What's the wind? Still only 2 knots, still really calm at the moment. I guess we're landing somewhere down here though. Yeah, ish. Which is going to make it interesting flying out of Kabul. That all looks really high, doesn't it? Yeah. I think I need to check FSX map again. So there's Kabul there. Yeah, there's bugger all to the southwest for ages. Could fly to a place called Turin, which is southwest. It's going to be a fairly long flight. I wonder what the altitude of that place is. Altitude 4,416 feet. Kabul is... Whoa, hang on, what? Oh. Hey. Oh wow, Kabul's really high up. It's 5,871 feet. Wow, it's all really high around here. There's another one called... okay, well I can say the first part of the name is Muhammad. Then it's... looks like Agha Wuluswali Airport. Wow, that is a mouthful. The second word is A-G-H-A-H. The third is W-U-L-U-S-W-A-L-I. Wulu, yeah, it'd be Wuluswali, I think. Although it's probably said completely differently. Saying that in my English-speaking tongue. Wow. Yeah, so probably is perched right up on. Yeah. Oh. Let's see what my Twitch stream is doing. Polymath is in the chat. Wow, the Polymath that's part-time is in the chat. Hello. Thank you for watching. There we go, I just typed on my keyboard. You wouldn't have heard any of that. Love that filter. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. And what? I don't know anything about Kabul either. Should have a look. Let's get Google Chrome up. See if I can. Thingy. Okay. And then, although, a second, what was it? Ah, yep, no, I used that one. Yes. It's funny because as I'm like talking to myself, as I'm typing stuff in, people are probably just going, "What? Why is he talking to himself?" Well, I'm streaming, okay? Of course I'm going to talk to myself. Let's have a look at the Wikipedia page for Kabul. Ah, it is the capital. It is the capital. Oh, look at that. This mountainous backdrop there. Wow! Look at all those buildings on the side of that mountain. That's amazing. 4.2 million. Kabul is located up in the narrow valley between the Hindu Kush Mountains. Ah, cool. So, is that what these mountains are called around here? I wonder if that's still... I need to brush up my geography a bit. I've got very... Definitely I'm not too bad at geography, but I'm certainly no expert. Couldn't go on the chase with my geography. Earth is... What does that word mean? The study of place names. Ah. How do we say that?
Toponymy.
Toponymy. There we go. Oh, there we go. There's a bunch of different names which all seem to look like they sound the same. Yeah, this place has got a lot of history, which is not even slightly surprising. At least is. Absolutely, yeah. Wow. There's lots of wars in Afghanistan. They've been really through it. Everybody trying to take their slice. Wow, mental. Oh yeah, so hang on, there's a Himalayas there. So I was trying to figure out where the Himalayas were, because it's mountainous all around. Let's go back to the game for a bit. We have mountains approaching. My god, this looks amazing. We are getting updrafts and downdrafts too. How much is the wind? It's very low still. Yeah, we have... ground is very much coming up to meet us at the moment. Without too much drama. I should probably try to climb at least another 1,000 feet. This is spectacular, this area. water here could be a little bit of a problem flying out of it. Because I feel like I'm going into an area that's going to be very interesting trying to fly the Cesna out of. Although, it doesn't feel like it's as high as well, it doesn't feel like it's anywhere near as high as the area around Mount Everest, and that was. Still, it's going to be pushing the wee thing a wee bit. Cessna's going to be working hard. I just think one of these days they're probably going to have a game of this scale where the detail's high enough that you could drive around the whole world. That'd be pretty amazing. This isn't too far off being able to do that. Just climbing, come on, you can do better than that. Oh, we must have crossed a time zone too, I think, have we? I think we have. Yeah, we have. It's a half-hour difference. Oh, we are, like, right on the border too now. So yeah, we're at some point around here we are crossing into Afghanistan, which we probably already have, seeing as the time's changed. We're at 9,000. Cool. Should be smooth sailing from now on. So I should be picking up speed again. Just over 45 minutes. Well, just over 46 minutes actually. Just over 46 minutes was just over 45 minutes, so. It's under a third of a tank, but it's all downhill from here. Interesting to see what Kabul looks like in this game. Even more interesting getting out of it for the next flight. It's a shame the hours don't stay on the plane like they used to. How it determines that now. Outside temperature 8 degrees. It's not too bad. We'll see what it's like when we land in Kabul as well, because it's very much winter in this part of the world at the moment that I'm flying in, not the part that I'm sitting in. Having lovely, lovely, lovely hot days. I think I'm one of the few people enjoying the hot days, but just about everybody else is melting. Did actually jump in the pool for the first time in a long time, especially an outdoor pool. Needs to get to the 30s before I start doing that. This valley's interesting.
Additional 76 yards, leaving my airspace radar service, terminated, squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Wow, that was really...
Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved at Dental 76.
I don't know if anybody else
Kabul Center at
should
Dental 76 is type Cessna Skyhawk 29 miles southeast of Jalalabad. Request flight following.
Jalalabad.
Dental 76 Kabul Center. Squawk 07.
Just saying, don't see. Hey, I'm look beautiful in my speedos.
Squawk 071 Tree at Dental 76.
Absolutely prime example of manhood.
Dental 76 radar contact 28 miles southeast of Jalalabad.
Oh, look at that. We just had somebody leave.
Altimeter tree,
Already frightened them off.
Copy at Dental 76.
That radio's coming through real crackly. Which is interesting. Stave is still here though. It's funny. I got out of the pool and got Darth Apnea to take a photo of me posing in front of the pool and sent it to the rest of the karaoke group. It's quite funny. I was looking off to the side, also, you know. It was proper posing. I wasn't just standing in front of the pool. And yes, it was undies. Undies, not Speedos. They don't have Speedos. They're just in the undies. But they look like Speedos. light not on. Oh, no, they're both on. So are both on. It's nice though, hanging out in the pool outside, not freezing to death. Is that all farmland down there? It kind of looks like it is. Whoa. So these little irrigated areas. Yeah, it definitely feels like the detail is dropping in these areas. Not too surprising. Still pretty damn detailed though. Tell you what though, let's get to the UK and then get Cardiff International Airport. Yes, his eyeballs will be forever scarred / scorched. The image of my slightly podgy, pasty white, undie-clad body dripping with water, forever burned into his retinas. Somebody's going to make a smart-ass remark now about me saying slightly podgy. Slightly? What do you mean slightly? Ain't nothing slight about your podge, mate. Fly over that river there. But I connect here too. It's the wind doing still doing the same thing. Oh no, we've actually got a wee bit of a tailwind now. That's nice. Pushing us pretty much exactly the way we need to be going. An extra 3 knots we've got apparently. To see a bit more of Polymath's artwork he's been doing too. Very interesting. I'd like to do more drawing myself actually. I should. I've got stuff to do drawing. Not on the computer so much. I would love one of those God, what are they called? The tablets. Begins with a W, I think. I don't know why it's escaped me. I know what they're called. But so it might have a job soon, so be able to get a few little things like that. I need to get back into the stuff with Blender as well. I really enjoyed 3D modelling back when I was a young lad. Back then I was doing it on the on my Amiga 1200, and doing the wireframe modelling was absolutely fine, but then yeah, the ray tracing would take ages just to do the most basic. God, I don't even know how long just one polygon would take to ray trace, but it was measurable, the amount of time. Like, ray tracing a single polygon would probably take just a few seconds, but just a few seconds is a long time for each polygon. Look at what 3D models have now. That's, you know, I remember I was modelling a spray can, just off my head. It wasn't a very efficient model, because it was one of the first things I was doing, but it was good fun. And that, I don't know how long that would take to render. Just the basic version of that was about half an hour, I think. There's a plane flying almost directly overhead. And that was in real life, not in the game. My hot drink's run out. The coffee's broken. There's no point. Oh, it's like 35 minutes to go. Can I survive for 35 minutes without a coffee? Vote down below as to whether I can survive or not. Oh god, have any of you seen that? What's been happening with YouTube recently? There's a YouTuber called the Spiffing Brit, and he's been really good at finding. Was that Christy? Was that a no for the surviving without a coffee? Was that your vote, or was that a no that you haven't seen what's happening with YouTube lately? But he's really good at finding, or at least researching, exploits for games and stuff. He's always switched on to different exploits, ways of cheating without actually necessarily hacking the game. The coffee thing, right? Okay, so we have one vote for no. I'm not going to survive to the end of the video without my coffee. And so far 100% vote for no. Yeah, the Spiffing Brit, it's been interesting because for those of you that spend any time on YouTube, especially on your phones, you may have noticed the community stuff, the polls and questionnaires that come up, and basically they have been largely ignored up until recently, and people have discovered that they're a really cheesy way of getting your content noticed, basically. Like, the people at YouTube are obviously trying to get this feature accepted, so they started weighting the algorithm heavily in favor of channels that were using the community tab, and it's absolutely ridiculous the amount of engagement that people are getting. So he told YouTube about it, that this was going to be heavily exploitable and it could be a real problem, and typical YouTube, he didn't get any response. They haven't done anything about it, so he made it very much public knowledge. So trouble is that you need at least 1,000 viewers before you can start using the community tab. I don't have that, so I can't even do that. But yeah, with so many people doing it now, though, well, I mean, even if a whole bunch of more people are doing it, unless absolutely everybody is doing it, it's going to still favour those that do it and leave those that haven't learnt about it in the dust. But yeah, who knows? But yeah, I think a lot of the big companies, like the TV stations that use YouTube, pretty sure they knew about it. Although maybe not, because I'm kind of thinking about it. I don't remember seeing any polls from like any of the chat shows, but Dream, the guy that does the speedruns, he knew about it. He was very much utilising that, and his channel grew so quickly. But yeah, it's definitely going to be less effective the more people will know about it. what I am going to do. Oh, so I've got 7 people watching now. What the hell? Hello? Say hi. Don't be shy. I looked away for one moment. Where's my thingy? According to this, I've only got 4 people watching. Must be a bunch of people on Facebook maybe. I've got 6 on. I'm down to 6. Oh yeah, 1 on Facebook. Somebody's watching me on Facebook. 6 on Twitch apparently. Somebody called Pizza Monster. That is a fantastic name. But yeah. So I really want a coffee, but I also don't want to leave the stream. And we've got just over half an hour, is it? No, just under half an hour now before we'll land. So we're getting closer and closer to these other mountains. So, I'm guessing we do have to fly over those ones. It's really hard to gauge the distance between the map and what's out here at times. Zoom that in a bit. A bit more? No, not that much. No, no, other way. Oh look, there's another airport. There's an airport to our left. Over there somewhere. Not landing there. I wonder where that is. Let's have a quick look. X.com. Ah, that would be the airport called oh god, Jalalabad. Must be Jalalabad. Very difficult to say when you're not prepared for it. That's 6,678 feet. Wow, so that's... And hang on, I think Kabul's at 5,800 a second. Kabul's actually a bit lower than the terrain around us at the moment. So yeah, I reckon it's going to be over that hill. Over the hill and far away. And then Mother Duck's going to go quack, 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 quack. And only this one little duck's going to come back. Thank you, please come again. I'll be here on Fridays from now. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming actually. So, yes, it's a bit random comedy, normally once or twice a week. Yes. So Kabul, here we come. Yeah, it did show a really big mountain. Definitely can't be that mountain. There's something over here. Maybe that one. Big and snowy looking. Again, hard to tell from the photos. So yes. How is everyone? Got any questions? Feel free to ask. Got any requests? I probably won't be able to do them, but you never know. Got plenty of time up here when you're travelling halfway around the world in a Cessna 172. It's a winterization kit. Actually, you can't get that in this game. That'd be pretty cool, though. So it's above 20 Fahrenheit. So it's not even freezing. So what is it? 32 Fahrenheit, I think, of freezing. 212 is boiling. By 20, it's probably like, what, minus 5 degrees Celsius thereabouts. Minus 7 maybe. That hill over there is looking kind of high, isn't it? That is looking kind of high. I'm not going to climb just yet, though. I think we can make it over. I'm hoping we can make it over. So high up. I mean, normally if I was this close to my airport, I'd start descending slowly. But I mean, realistically, we're probably not even 3,000 feet above the ground at the moment. We've got another big hump coming up. That'll do. Now, no, I can see that there. There we go, click on that. Yeah. Just gonna leave that there. This could get very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Hello, new person in the chat. Be afraid to say hello. Things are just about to get interesting in this flight. As these mountains start looming us. They're looming us! Oh my god! They're going to be looming over us soon. Well, not over. Hopefully they're not going to be over us. They need to stay under us. It's getting a bit tight. I think we'll pass over them on this altitude. They're not covered in clouds, so we can see fairly clearly. So I don't know what to expect of Afghanistan really, but I shouldn't be surprised that there's so much in the way of hills. Well, not even hills really, are they? Just call them hills has been insulting. They're mountains. Very mountainous. tailwind is picking up too. We've got 7 knots now. Like the wind's getting funneled. These valleys. Right, it's on just tailwind. Gonna get bumpy over these mountains if we don't climb though, but put up with that. It does look very high. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Less than 20 minutes out now. Temperature outside has risen to 13 degrees from 8. That's what, 5 degrees increase in temperature? Which I'm guessing is partly because we're actually getting closer to the ground. Or the ground is getting closer to us. Yeah, it's actually, I don't know if it's just because of the lack of, oh, there's buildings there. But yeah, this actually is pretty remote out here. Like Pakistan was buildings everywhere, but yeah, it doesn't seem quite so much like that in Afghanistan. Still, you know, there are buildings here and there, little towns, little village there. Yeah, much sparser population-wise. It'd be interesting if we had a radar altitude to show actually how high we were over the terrain. I don't think we've got anything like that in this. Well, we've got the 500 warning and that's about it. Yes. Try not to bubble. It's time. Yeah, it's not too 8 minutes past 2 in the afternoon. That's our fuel. We are almost down to the yellow. Still very much, well, I say very much in the green. We're still in the green by a reasonable amount. A few pixels there of green. Yeah, we can easily. I think I'm just trying to think how far I have flown with the reserve light on. Get about half an hour, I think. That was flying over. It involved flying over a small mountain as well, so it wasn't the most efficient route I had to take. February tomorrow. Snowy mountains over there. Close, right close. Oh well, that looks pretty amazing. Whole area lit up. A downdraft sucking us down there. I really feel like I should be climbing away, but I'm going to set us to climb another 1,000 feet. It's just a little bit too close for comfort. Don't know how much further we've got to go on this man, just keeps coming up to meet us. Is that wind still behind us? It is. Quite as strong as it was, it's only 5 knots now. I'll take anything I can get that's helping us. Absolutely. Should be fine. Should be. Your light's going to come on soon now. I can feel it. That snow over there. I'm amazed these aren't capped with snow at the moment. It's just over there. It's very close. Hello, ground. Another 500 feet closer if I hadn't climbed. Should have been definitely a bit concerning. But yeah, here on out, it's such I can stop climbing now. Let's hit altitude hold. There we go. Pretty good now. Snow mountains over there. That weather looks like it's starting to close in there. Definitely not going the easy way. to take something. Would like to take something faster once I get the car to buy something faster. Back
Additional
from
76 contact Kabul approach on 132.5.
There we go, close enough to that.
132.5 for a Denzel 76.
23 decimal.
Kabul approach a Denzel 76 9,500 feet.
The Denzel 76 Kabul approach continue as planned. Altimeter 30.09er.
132. I thought it was 123. Apparently, my listening skills are not as good as my autopilot one. My autopilot. My auto radio guy.
Kabul approach a Denzel 76. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
The Denzel 76 Kabul approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Gloomy up ahead, isn't it? It's just kind of birdie
Cleared
too.
through Charlie airspace at Denzel 76.
This looks like wisps of cloud coming off those mountains, like updrafts with cloud and stuff. I don't know if it's, I don't know what's making that look like that. That is what's happening, or whether it's a mountain further in the back that's just being shaded over by the cloud. I don't know. Right, I think we're outside. This is going to be the closest we get to the ground until we land. Yeah, that's a little bit higher, nice there. So yeah, not too bad. Well, within what this aircraft is capable of doing. Little trees. Yeah, not many trees around here. In the game, anyway. Oops. Okay, mouse wheel is being over enthusiastic. Doink, doink. There's the fuel line. Oh, look, there's the runway right there. Oh, that's nice. Actually, very, very visible. Is it going to...
Kabul
Yep.
Tower, Dental 76 is 11 miles east with whiskey to land.
Yes. I was gonna say, nice to
Dental
ask
76
what
Kabul
was happening.
Tower. Fly straight in runway 29er.
Beautiful.
Altimeter tree 0.09er, wind tree 57 at 15.
Make straight in runway 29er at Dental 76.
Let's get the altimeter set. Let's lose some altitude. Still pretty sparse around here, isn't it? Can't believe there's 4 million people living around here. But yeah, that's a lot of missing data there. Surely. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of suburbs and stuff. Housing at least. Looks. Industrial area are flying over now. Just about.
The Dental 76 cleared to land runway 29er. Wind tree 57 at 15.
Cool.
Cleared to land runway 29er at Dental 76.
Should slow that right down because I'll be able to get flaps down. But I can put the first stage of flaps now without any dramas. It's going to help slow us down a bit more. Don't think I'll need to use full flaps. It's a fairly long runway. I know it's a reasonably high altitude landing, but should be fine. Oh yeah, that city's a bit more... Oh, there's more city over there. Okay, yes, there's more, looking more like 4 million people now. Yes, we can disengage that autopilot. So this is so much easier in VR. It's not too difficult in this, but oh, VR it's so nice, but computer doesn't handle VR in this game all that well, unfortunately. It's all good until you start moving your head, and then it's jittery all over the place. I think we're really crabbing quite hard here. That's alright. We are crabbing, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, we're really crabbing. What's the wind? Oh, the wind has completely changed. 9 knots crosswind now. Just need to get down more of that. So yeah, with that crosswind, I don't want to get coming in too slow. Too much flaps. I want to be, at least in my experience. I don't know if the pilots would agree with me, but I want to try and get this in fairly
500.
ready. I'm really quite decisive about getting this on the ground rather than just kind of floating in.
I'm gonna be assertive. Gonna be firm, not rough, but firm and assertive. Get these wheels on the tarmac. Firmly. Gently. But I've got to let the plane know it has landed. I've got that. Wind. This could... Oh no, don't crash. Oh, I thought the game had just crashed then. That would have been so annoying. Watch that it doesn't do anything silly when our wheels do touch the ground. There we go. Come on, thank you. There we go. Try and a better to the. I can see. Can't really see very clearly, but I was putting that stick that way into the wind seemed to help. It's difficult to do it with a twist. Got a twist rudder on this thing, so I'm having to twist it and move it to the left at the same time. Doesn't feel very natural. Alright. I'm on the ground. I haven't got
Denzel 766 at runway when able.
Yeah. Oh good, I did start heading the right way, because I could have gone left or right.
Contact ground on 125.4.
There we go. Well, is that 10 degrees outside or 18?
Going to 125.4 Denzel 76.
10 degrees. Just dropped 3 degrees from where we were before. And we are at what, 5,880 feet. So yes, there you go.
Kabul ground at Denzel
Look at
76.
that. There we
taxi
go.
to
There's a
parking.
mountain disappearing off into the clouds there. Everything looks so different when you are at,
General
like,
aviation parking
on the
by
ground.
taxiway Alpha.
Still, the change of perspective still
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway
throws
Alpha
me a
at Denzel
little.
76.
But yeah. Well, that was pretty cool. I'm liking this area. Well, thank you everybody who's been watching for watching. It's been a pleasure having you along for the ride. Oh, there we go, there's my parking spot. Try and get that right. There we go. Stopped a little bit early there, come on. You can do it, you can do it. And stop. Beautiful, thank you very much. Ah, there we go. So yes, thanks for staying with me till the end. Got
Christy stayed with me to the end. Part-time polymath stayed to the end. There's 4 people here apparently. They've definitely got a few bots. I don't know who else is a real person in this list of people. Possibly... I don't know. I don't know. They're not saying anything, so it's hard to tell. Excuse me, bloody hell! Don't need me coughing in your ears. But yes, let's shut this down. Not too sure where we'll be going next time. It's probably going to be a flight within. It'll be a flight within Afghanistan, I believe. What's that complaining about? Oil pressure. Yes, the engine is off. That's why there is no oil pressure. So yeah. Yeah. So that was what? Just over 1.5 hours. Not too bad. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time if you haven't already. Do follow if you're on Twitch, and if you're on YouTube, if you could like and subscribe, that would be very much appreciated. So yeah, I probably should say that at the beginning, but
who knows? If you've made it to this end, this far, you probably have liked, or at least would like to like. So I'm just babbling on. Alrighty. I'll catch you all later. Have a wonderful day. Come on, stay with. I'm a bot. Got a wink from Christy. Thank you. Alright, love you guys. Catch you later. You have a good one. Bye.